Let's see what we can do here. This and this. Okay, this is Napoleon from Columbia Games. This is not anything that comes with the game. I don't even own the game. I've owned it in the past. A few years back, made a similar handmade custom copy off the internet, and one of the top 5 games of all time that I played over and over and over and over and enjoyed. But anyway, this is the 4th, so yeah, 4 editions, 4th edition map, and found a file on Board Game Geek, blew it up. This is 24 sheets of 8.5 by 11 paper, and I was trying to figure out how to present this, and I had used single 28 millimeter soldiers to represent armies with corresponding numerical information markers for the actual off-map blocks. This is a block game, and I actually played through some of it like that, and then I switched to the old Axis and Allies, or no, Risk, old Risk, little tiny Risk figures, and had that all set up still with the I chucked the blocks. We'll get to that in a second. And then now I've gone to the, and I think this is what I like best, is the Perry Miniatures Travel Battles, guys. So here's 1 or 2 issues. One being, we can do it this way, but obviously there's no off-map corresponding anything. It's more Axis and Allies style. The number of infantry is represented, or any unit rather, infantry, cavalry, artillery, represented with plastic chits. So for instance, we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the infantry unit itself here would be a 5 strength unit. And that can be broken down and moved and spread out however you want, which is different than doing it with the blocks, because if you have a 4 strength block, you obviously can't break that block off and go up into 4 different directions, which presents kind of a dilemma as far as road movement rates, because you can't just move as many as often as you want across major and minor roads. There are limits. So what I've done is, to at least somewhat offset complete chaos, is take an average. So my average is 2 strength, is what a block would be on average. And so the road limits, for instance, would be, let me find those. Movement rates, road limits. Major road is 10, so 10 times 2 is 10 units if you were using blocks. But since we're not, we're using actual combat values, that's going to be 20. So again, each shit, the red shits represent 5. And then the minor would be 12. So that's typically 6 with blocks, but 2 times 6 is 12. That's how I'm doing it. It's not exact science. It's a game, y'all. This is not a documentary or a 100% historical simulation here. So give me a break. The blue cubes are placed for ease of quickly noticing towns, because without them, the towns somewhat kind of blend into the background overall. It's just a way to make it stand out more. We've got the Prussian supply city over here in Liège, I believe, and we have 2 for the British, one in Brussels, one in Ghent. And Wellington is currently in Brussels, Blucher is currently in Liège, and Napoleon is in Beaumont. So we have starting out, 3 groupings of French. And then we have just cavalry here in Mons, and then units here. Brussels is already mentioned, Nivelles, and then Charleroi, Ligny, Namur, Chigny, and again, Liège. Is that Liège? My Liège? So there you go. French go first. It is the first turn. Again, I played through this up to June 17th over the past few days, just to kind of knock some rust off and get a handle of what's going on. So let's just start, because we got a lot of maneuvering to do before we actually get to a battle. That was the other thing I wanted to figure out, is how to represent these off-map engagements. And I had printed out some things. I even custom made some stuff, but didn't end up using that. I had even considered the Callistra hexes. I've just got the old school Napoleon Columbia Games battle board here that I printed off. And you'll see how that works as well, because again, each unit just is basically a single strength, as opposed to a block that can range anywhere from 1 to 4. So again, that's going to be more of an Axis and Allies style thing. That said, French go first, and so we can run through what I had tried to do, and it's difficult to play against yourself in something like this, because you know what each side's going to do, obviously. But what I had been leaning towards is the French kind of coming along the left here. I feel like they're protected on their left if they hug the left, as opposed to cutting through the middle and splitting the Prussians and the British, or coming around the right, which has a similar benefit. However, we can severely affect anything the Allies have going on by taking Brussels or Ghent, because those are 2 kind of like supply depot areas. Then the armies will suffer accordingly, as opposed to heading over to the right towards Liège, which only has a single Prussian line of communication. So what I had hoped to do, and what I hope to try to do again, as the French, is swing left, avoid nonsense for now, hopefully take Ghent, and then slowly move into Brussels, and then move maybe this way, which would allow us to tackle the British. Prussians will probably have made it fairly close to reinforcing the British. We'll see how that goes. So what I'm going to do is take, for my first French moves, take Swore. We'll use this as a... So again, that is 20. So here's 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Just for sake of argument, we'll move the infantry, which turns out to be exactly 20. So for there to be a battle, there needs to be 3 or less. Is that right? If either side has less than 3 strength points, we don't have to deal with a battle. It's a simple forced retreat. So let me see. Movement, battle, turns, combat, retreats. Dun, dun, dun. Trying to find what that limit is. I'm pretty sure it's less than 3. No way to pause this and fast forward to the future. Attacking battle occurs when an active player moves 3 or more units into a town. Cannot attack with less than 3 units. If only 1 or 2 defending units are present, they're considered to have been. Okay, so we do have to resolve this battle here. This road is closed because we've clogged it with 20 strength points worth of infantry, so no more moving down this road this turn. So I'll mark. We'll go ahead and bring these to the battle board here. And 1, 2, 3 is how that'll work. As soon as we knock out one of these, I probably shouldn't even waste my time setting this up, because it's going to go quick. We're going to get, so that is 20 dice. Let me double check. F1, yeah. But we're looking for 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, there's 10. We need 1s, and they're done. So that was easy enough. So now they need to retreat from here to off, I think is what they'll do. Just to give me a bit of a headache, because I'm trying to go that way. So let me make sure I'm doing the retreat correctly. Off. Enforcements, no. Combat. My bosses industry. Yes, one. Just one step around. I'm not seeing retreat anywhere. Retreats, here we go. So based on this, they simply go there. And then these guys move into Mall. So that is now French. So there's one French move. And then second French move was 12 units, 10 and 6. All right. Nice to be able to remember stuff. So make sure. Road limit 6, yeah. So 12 could go up this road. That would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got that. So we'll put them here. There's a bridge that we're crossing, but I don't think that affects anything unless you're moving into battle, which is what I just did. So I may have done this incorrectly. Rivers. The road limits for road sections that cross a river are halved at the final destination town. Yeah, so I wouldn't be able to move 20 in here. It would only be 10, which is the number of dice we rolled. So we're still good, but they have to stay here. And that was halved as well. So instead of 12, it would be 6. So let's go with That's 5, 6. Let's go with 1, 2. No, it wouldn't because there's no enemy unit there, so we're still good. So 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's do that. There's our second move. This up. And then third move. 5, 6, 9. Yeah, so that road is closed. Can't use it anyway. I think that's going to mean just 12 here, I guess. So 5, 10, 11. 12 here. And there's our 3 moves. Not a giant sprint or leap forward by any means, but a start nonetheless. That is the French June 15th turn. Now it is the Allies June 15th turn. We get 2 group movement. 2 for the British and 2 for the Prussians. So the French are at a disadvantage as far as group movement because they only get 3. Let's start with the Prussians. That is the easiest thing to decide because we obviously want this stuff to move that way and are just being wasted here. So we'll start with this major road here for the Prussians from Liège into Tongres. And, cavalry can move 2 locations. So there's 1, 2, 3. Put them there. And then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So everybody can do this. That's 1 move. Second Prussian move shall consist of what will it consist of? We want these guys to head this direction, but in order to go that direction, we either have to go up, which is kind of out of the way, and again swing this way, or we can go straight to the left. But it is a minor road. Let's bring them down through here to Dinant. So that's 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're fine on our road limit. That is the Prussian turn. And then what do we want to do with the British here? Oh, I remember. So as the British, I was doing kind of the Russian thing last few days, just kind of pulling back and avoiding any altercations until we can consolidate. And I'd rather consolidate by pulling back than pushing forward from Brussels. So 2 British moves will consist of moving from Nivelles to Waterloo on a major road, and 1 move from I don't know how to say this, Braine-le-Comte to Hull. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 19. Yeah, we've got that. So there's the Allied turn, June 15th. Then it goes to the French night turn. The only thing different about these night turns is there's no forced march available. And we're, by the way, using the 3rd edition rules here and the 3rd edition setup on a 4th edition map. So French night turns, no forced marches, no Engagements, strictly just moves. So here's another 3 French moves that we need to figure out. And let's go ahead and push on here. And they have to retreat now because they have less than 3. I think there may be routing attrition. Let me check and verify that. And give me an arrow for ease of what the hell I'm doing. So this unit here, I think, is going to suffer something retreating. Or is it routing, retreating? So I don't think I did route attrition on... No, they wouldn't get it anyway because it was cavalry that was not engaged with by cavalry. And again, they're not going to suffer anything this time either because it's infantry pursue the cavalry. So that's 1 move. Let's make this 2 moves. This is 5, 6, 7 strength points worth of infantry here. And then let's bring the cavalry up to 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So the road limit's still fine. And then these guys here from Beaumont to Soray with Napoleon attached for our 3rd night move, and that is done. All right. Then we go back to this is now June 16th and the Allied turn. So again, 2 for the Prussians, 2 for the British. Let's go ahead and continue with the Prussians. Since I've neglected to move anybody here at Philippeville, I think they're probably going to be attacked by the Prussians in Dinant. So that'll be a big, gigantic battle. But before we do that, let's focus on getting these guys 1, 2 here. That's 1 move. And these guys here to Saint-Tron. Done. So there's a... No, we only want to do 1. Remember? So let's pull him back here so they can move up there. And then the second move, we're saving for this because I want to head right into Philippeville. And for the British, I think we still want to continue to pull back. So 1 move, small road. And small road is 12, so that shouldn't be too big of a problem. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 here. It's 1 move, and then the second move, let's put our cavalry and artillery in Sotgen. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so continuing to pull back. I want to kind of form a line either from here or from Ghent to here. And maybe that'll stretch the French out a bit as well. We'll see, probably. All right, so let's resolve this gigantic thing that's going to happen here. We'll figure out how to set all this up. So we want more stuff, right? We're not going to have enough cavalry yet. We'll put one on the left and one on the right, cavalry-wise. We need 2 more artillery, and we can have 1 in each section. And then infantry-wise, we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more we can work with. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a nice center. 5, 6. Let's go ahead and make it 7, 8, and I'll keep 1 in reserve. 9. So there's our Prussians. Oh, well, you can see this over here. I wanted to put it on this side, but there's no room on the map on this side to do that. And then we need to deploy our French. Oh, why that's here. Go back. So lots of cavalry here for the French, and they get a bonus when they do their initial first attack. 1, give me 2 more artillery. 1, 2. So each column will have artillery. Yeah, we're looking at 5, 10, 15, 16 cavalry strength points. I don't even know if I have that many. We're going to have to use 1, 2, 3. We're going to have to do this a bit differently. So put 16 over here. Give me another cavalry one here, and then we'll have the gray chits represents the remainder. I think 16, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's do it this way. We'll keep the remaining 4 cavalry units in reserve. And then for infantry, we're looking at 6 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll put the 6th one in the center. All right. Why are these here? Why do I have this here? I don't know. Okay. French attacks first. So battle moves 1. Or do we want to use? Okay, here's what we're doing. Obviously, cavalry first. That's 1 to move in and engage. And second will be our attack. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4 dice hitting on 1s or 2s for its initial attack against the, well, we'll determine that in a second. That is 3 hits, so we'll take it from the majority. 1, 2 of the infantry, and then let's do this fairly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 remains. We take the other infantry. That's done. Now these guys will move up to engage, as will this. Then similar problem here. 1, 2, 3, 4 dice hitting on 1s or 2s. We got 1 hit. Pull him off. Infantry move in to engage, as does artillery. And then again, 1, 2, 3, 4 cavalry here. 4 dice, 1s and 2s. 2 hits, that's 2 infantry gone. And remainder move in to engage. Now it is the Prussian reply in kind. Starting here, that's going to be close range artillery, so that is 1 die hitting on 1s or 2s. Get nothing, and their initial cavalry attack hitting on 1s or 2s gets nothing. 3 infantry means 3 dice hitting on 1s. nothing. 1 die for their artillery, 1 or 2, nothing. Prussian left artillery, a 1 or a 2 got nothing, and the cavalry, a 1 or 2 got nothing. Where are we at here? Here, so we have no. Now that is after the completion of the first round of battle, we could reinforce the troops currently engaged, but there's nobody in an adjacent city to do so. So we continue on. 1, 2, 3, 4 dice hitting on 1s now this time for the cavalry because this is no longer their initial attack. Getting nothing, and 2 dice hitting on 1s for the infantry, getting nothing, and 1 or a 2 for the remaining artillery unit, nothing. Still 4 dice for the cavalry here, hitting on 1s, 1 hit. Artillery, 1 die, 1s or 2s, nothing, and 3 dice for the remaining infantry, hitting on 1s, nothing. The Prussian left again, 4 dice hitting on 1s, nothing, and 2 dice for the infantry hitting on 1s, 1 hit. And the artillery, 1 die, 1 or 2, getting nothing. All right, Prussians reply. 1 or 2 for the artillery there, nothing. A 1 for the cavalry, nothing. From the reserve, we'll pull another infantry unit here. I remember not to fire him. 2 dice for the infantry in the center, 1s, nothing. 1 die for the artillery, 1 or 2. For God's sakes, nothing. And Prussian left artillery, 1 or 2, nothing. So it might be wise as the Prussians to retreat. Probably shouldn't have attacked in the first place. To do so could also be a bad idea, though. You may retreat from battle, but are subject to rout attrition. Yeah, we're going to take losses. By doing so, we might as well just stay and fight and take losses that way. All right, here we go again. What is this, round 3? 4 dice for the French cavalry. Hitting on 1s. Nothing. 2 dice for the infantry. Hitting on 1s. Nothing. And 1 die for the artillery. A 1 or a 2. Nothing. Center. 4 dice. 2 hits. Artillery. 1 die. 1 or 2. 1 hit. Center just collapsed. So the Prussians will have to retreat back to Denon, but they're going to take losses for doing so. And we're going to lose our artillery in that route, and 1 infantry, and our cavalry. So that's the end of that entire army because the French cavalry technically pursued them and knocked out the remainder. So now we'll add all this up when we put it back. Just too much stuff here for the French, for the Prussians to deal with. So what is all this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, still 16. So there's 5, 10, 15, 16. Put that back. One, 2, 3 strength artillery. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strength infantry. 5, 6, 7. I don't think the French took any losses, did they? Can't remember. Put that back. But that did not go well for the Prussians, so June 16th, French turn. housekeeping here. June 16th, French turn. Eric Stable, how you doing, buddy? Sunny California, yeah. Greetings right back to you from sunny New Orleans. About 75 today, not a cloud in the sky. Beautiful. Took a little ride on the scooter. I got my Sunday pancake and came back and started this. So that's all we got. Nice looking map. Thank you. I can't take credit for it, although I did print it out and cut it and tape it together. A nice young man, Board Game Geek, created this map with the permission of Columbia Games. When he saw that I had posted a picture of this, he was adamant that I give him a thumbs up and all this stuff, so I had to go back and do all my due diligence. All right, so 3 moves for the French. As this is kind of opened up over here, it's tempting to head straight for Liege and cut them off, but there's really no point. I still want to continue with left-leaning attack. All right, so let's go ahead and move up and grab Grandma. Grab Grandma here. There's one. That's a small road, 10, 11. We still got it. And then for our second move, we'll bring 5, 6, 7 to off. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yes, we're fine here. What am I pointing there for? Second move, and then final move. We'll bring Soiree up over here. We haven't touched Philippeville yet. That's probably not cool, but 5, 10, 11, 12. I guess that's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Well, how about that? That's all we can do. And then we have to leave the remainder of the artillery in place. I wonder how that will affect anything, if at all. I hope I did that right. Did I subtract the shit for that? I can't remember. What was that? Our final move? Yeah. Okay. Then it is the night turn for the Allies. Remember, you cannot force march or engage in combat during the night turn. So what are we happy with? What are we not happy with? That's easily taken care of with Prussians moving out of Charleroi to Quatre-Bras for one move on a major road. And then continuing from Saint-Tron to Terre-le-Mont. I don't know if I'm saying these right. You got to kind of use your imagination. For the second Prussian move, first British move, as the cat has awakened. I'm going to pull back from Ninove to Alost. Maybe. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's fine. 10. And, well, so that's one move. Was that just infantry? Second move, pull back to Ghent. And that's about as far back as I care to pull. And we will hold from there on out. I feel like Ghent's going to fall. That's probably not the best way to do this. All right, that was the Allied night turn. June 17th. And we started at June 15th. We're now at June 17th. French turn. Maybe we should move Philippeville instead of leaving them there. So we'll move them up 1. 20. So that's 5, 10, 15, 16. Actually, you can move 2, right? So let's do that for the cavalry. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And that's all we can move based on what I'm doing here. That was... Was that first or second? I totally forgot what I did before that. Let's go ahead and do... I don't think I moved these guys. I should remember this stuff. 5, 6, 7 with Napoleon, right? 5, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we're fine. Here. I don't think I moved them already, did I? Judge's ruling? I totally drew a blank. That is the French turn. All right, June 17th, Allied turn. 2 for the Prussians, who will consolidate forces from Ligny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So give me another red shit here. Artillery will come with. That's 1 move. I need another red shit for the infantry. And from Namur to Ligny will be our move here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And Blucher makes 20 in my book. That's our second Prussian move. British. Kind of like the way this is set up. Each being adjacent. They can reinforce whoever needs to be reinforced. Feel a little weak over here. We need some infantry over there. So for the first British move, let's split this up. 1, 2, 3. What is this? 4. Let's put 5 here. And we'll leave 5 here. That'll be 1 move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's bring some more. Leave that there. That's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more infantry here. So what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me a red shit for 5. And that'll make 6, 7, 8, 9. And that'll be the second Allied move. As we reinforce this far British right. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. Maybe I'm not. We'll see. June 17th, French night turn. Let's go ahead and take Sotkin for 1 move. And that was a small road, so that was 11. And then from... Do we want to go here or here? If I go this way, it's going to take 2 moves. Well, either way, 1, 2, 3, 1. Still going to... Okay, fine. Let's go cavalry to here. Everybody else to Renee. I don't know. A second move. And third move. How much can we bring this way? 12, right? 5, 10, 11, 12. Well, we can bring this much. Well, that's not right. Yeah, small road's to 12. So there we go. That's our move there. That is a French knight turn. And now we get to moving right along swiftly. June 18th, ally turn. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this, Eric. It's 8.5 by 11 sheets with the margins cut out and 24 of them. Very nice size. Kind of makes me miss. It's one small thing I maybe miss about not playing board games as much as I used to. Is I did always enjoy the maps. You kind of stuck with the same looking terrain when you use miniatures. That's about it, though. So June 18th, allied turn. I'm still not going to press forward with any attacks until I'm just a little bit more consolidated. And I will move for the first Prussian move, I'm going to move the cavalry to Malines, Prussian cavalry. And everybody else, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to Louvain. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, we got that. For the first Prussian move. Second Prussian move, I'm going to stay. I was going to say I'm going to pull back to Wavre, but I can't. Unless I have boats and go upriver on the dial. That might be it. I think I don't want to move anybody else for the Prussians. Yeah, maybe I do. Let's swing this unit just a little bit more to the right. That's a major road, so 5, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we'll have this group be kind of a vanguard. And that's the second Prussian move. Thinking about what to do with the British here. Said I wasn't going to do this, but it might be worth, let's see, 5, 10, 11, 12 strength points of infantry here. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I don't know. That's it. I'm hanging tight. But French, June 18th, French turn. 3 group moves. Let's go 1, 2, 3. I think I've screwed this all up, is what I think. Because I've focused a little too much on this area. Now, was that Philippeville ignorance, ignoring that area. And they're now lagging behind pretty far. That was 3, right? 3 moves. Knight turn, allied turn, and close to everybody being happy, not quite. Let's move from Ligny to Quatre Bras with Blucher. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17. Yeah, we're fine here. I think if I was to do this over, I'd be a little more restrictive on the movement rates that I've come up with for myself. I'm using 2 as the average, multiplied by the allowable movement rate, so what, 10 and 6? But I should just do 10 and 6, if that makes any sense. That was one move. And second move, we're swinging around the back here with this French army, 10, 11, 12, to malign, to reinforce potentially Ghent. If we can move one more move here, we'd be able to reinforce Ghent pretty nicely. That was the Prussians, and are we still happy with the British where they're at? Oh, probably not. Let's go, let's move the rest of this infantry out of Brussels, put it here, and that's one move. Pull these guys back here. I know, it looks crazy. It looks like the work of a madman, but give me one of these great ships. That's how we're doing it. Almost. And fiddling around like this has caused me to look through the Columbia Games catalog for other block games that I can play like this. Because as you'll notice, I have blue and gray, which is what ACW colors. And there are a number of block games for that. June 19th, French turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We are over halfway through to the end of this game. And I think having the Allies pull back has helped them by delaying any victory points for the French by way of casualties, and moving to capture the has probably caused me as the French to waste more time than I need to or can afford to, in an attempt to capture Ghent and cut off supply and then fade this way. Now I'm thinking maybe I just should have done straight up the middle, like a steamroller, but I don't know. I'll never know unless I actually give that a shot and see how that goes. What's the time on this? We're at just about under an hour. So do I want to keep going? I don't know. Try to keep these things relatively short, otherwise nobody really ever watches. They're too long and people watch some of it and can't make it to the end. So, all right, I think maybe we'll call it, but let's consider future moves. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of, well, 5 now. Separate groups of French that are doing nothing. Should probably just head straight for these Prussian groups and start accumulating some points. And for this group as well, for that matter, I think we have enough over here with these 3 groups. We should be able to move in with this group and attack, this group and attack, and hopefully have enough to take Ghent. But then they have all this infantry that can reinforce, right? And French will have nobody that can reinforce. So that may be an issue. But again, I only have so much time now I can spend moving and consolidating. So interestingly, as the Allies pulling back like that, it has bought them a lot of time and caused the French to burn a lot of valuable time. So good on them. All right, I think that's it. Been about an hour. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll talk again soon.